Hello. We are live on Dopamon, the NHL expansion draft. Who's already here? Let us know in the chat. See you 7 people waiting for our stream. See Gabriel Silva's here. Yo, what's up?
What's up? A bunch of picks have already, been leaked.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of a yikes, but that's okay.
All of them? All of them now? I
All
don't.
but 4 apparently, but I guess it's not confirmed. If you're here, could you I'd love if you could leave us a like on this live stream, get it up on people's boards, and get more people in here, and just come hang out. We're not going to be live streaming the feed, obviously, for copyright reasons, but we'll be here to
No, no.
give you our takes the whole time. It'll be good.
And of course, there were a bunch of side deals, trades made, of course, to take certain guys, and we're gonna discuss them, go over them.
biggest biggest deal is probably that um, they're not taking Price from Montreal.
hmm I wonder if
Apparently.
if Montreal paid him for that, being like, here's a set of, picks or assets. Please don't take Price. Oh, oh, we're having a Kraken commercial.
Nice. Are they revealing their jerseys? Is that what they're doing?
No, they're just
I
Just
think
kind of
they're
like a kind of intro, them building the stadium, being like, "Oh, this is, Seattle's now known for hockey." Cool. Talk about the Metros. Chills.
hmm.
Boo, Gary Bettman. Boo. Boo. Boo, Gary. Boo, Gary Bettman.
Everyone boo Gary,
Oh,
boo.
everybody is.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, you addressed it.
He loves it. He's hilarious. Does not care. The crowd in Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle's ready for hockey. They're at a concert venue.
He's going through his speech here now. Are they going in like alphabetical team order? Do we know what's going on? Also, news out of Seattle: Jamie Alexiak signed 5 years, 4.6 million by Seattle.
Ooh.
It's a pretty good defensive defenseman for Dallas the last few years. So I guess they're taking Alexiak from Dallas. Is that what that means?
hmm hmm
I'm kind of confused on that. Why would they not wait 2 days or whatever it is? Actually, it's not 2 days. It's a
A
week,
week.
7 days. Why would they not wait
I
till
mean,
next week to sign these guys when they're actually free agents? Are they like really that worried that they're gonna get one up for for Alexiak. I don't know.
I think so. Like I think in like a bidding war scenario, they'd end up spending like $1 million more, and they're willing to use that pick to get the early like sign on him because once a team releases their protected list, Seattle's able to talk to each player and say, "Hey, if I'm going to take you, like as a UFA, like would you be willing to sign what?" And I think that a team like when a player's doing that, they're more willing to take a little bit less money than in the middle of a bidding war.
Fair.
They're like, "Oh, a team like Ottawa's willing to give me, 6 years, 4 years," and Lexiak's like, hmm.
Dominic Moore, Leaf legend Dominic Moore here. I think it's an hour and a half program. We'll see. Let's get cracking. I'm curious. There's apparently a lot of side deals in the works. Um, for certain guys, and those haven't been announced yet. So those are probably what I'm most excited for, because since we know most of the players by now, uh, you know, allegedly. If Giordano and Landeskog both come to Seattle, who do you give the captaincy to?
Ooh. Sure, Dono, just 'cause like he'll, in like a year or two, he'll lose it and then give it to Landeskog,
Yeah,
right?
maybe. Yeah.
Right? Like that'd be like the deal. Well, they're talking about guys who like clearly weren't taken according to the league.
Yeah. It's kind of fake hype for
hmm
for this thing. Maybe they're just bamboozling everyone. I don't know.
Yeah, Frank
But
Cervalli, I don't know, he's pretty like reputable
yeah.
ordinarily, right?
Macklemore.
I didn't know he was French. Macklemore. I love how he said that. Ooh, Anthony. Oh, good. Oh man, we're excited to be seeing Seattle pick their roster here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Anthony, good to see you. Yeah, I don't know. It's with all the leaks coming out, it's kind of anticlimactic, but hopefully something happens, something cool. Hope you've been doing well, my guy. Did you see that leak Kerfoot McCann video thing? They're like chucking fish at people. You see that?
No, no.
They're at like a market or something, and they like were talking with maybe it was Weeks, maybe it was like a celebrity. I couldn't tell who it was, but they're just like, and he's like, oh, with the next pick, the Seattle Kraken select from Toronto, and then a fish gets thrown at him, and then he pulls out a note from the fish, and he's like, Jared McCann or whoever.
Oh my God, that's funny.
So we'll see. It was all over Twitter today. It was, Leafs Twitter is nuts. So
Hmm.
it's always interesting to watch people lose their minds over a tape like that. Because first there was a leak that Kerfoot was the pick, and everyone was like, "Yay!" And then like people realized that it's they probably did like 8 takes for like every player available just in case. Anthony Dope, do you think my Panthers have enough to either trade for Patrick Laine or
Yeah.
Evgeny Kuznetsov in terms of draft picks and prospects? Yeah. Um,
Actually, yeah, I do.
yeah, the Panthers are some pretty good up and comers. So as far as prospects are concerned, they're good there. What are your picks like? Let me look it up. These are the Panthers. I think the Panthers are fine picks wise. They're not like strapped. Yeah. Yeah, they don't have a third this year. They don't have a second next year. That's it.
Hmm.
But yeah, line A would be interesting in Florida, eh? What do you think, Alex?
They definitely have the assets to move. Like I think they can include a guy like Owen Tippett, maybe who hasn't had like the most. He's still there, right? Like I think they do have a lot going for them. So they can sell off future assets for current assets. A guy like either Line or Kuznetsov. There's rumors about both leaving, so why not, right? Why not?
Yeah. It's like they selected Jeremy Lauzon from Boston
Officially.
officially. So that was a good pick. We had Lauzon in our mock draft.
I think he's a guy who actually will be on the Seattle roster.
Can you imagine the Panthers finished a trifecta by drafting a third center for Finland like Ratti after drafting Anton Lundell last year? Yeah, that'd be funny. It's got the Finnish trio down the middle, Barkov, Anton Lundell in a couple years, and if Atu Ratu can, pick
Ooh,
it up,
yeah, that'd be
that'd be
pretty
kind of
good.
nuts.
Yeah,
He has some good defensive. There's 3 incredibly defensive centers with some skills, so that would be a little
Mhm.
scary. Um, Being a Leaf fan in your Panthers division, that's not going to be fun next year. That division's going to be a nightmare. I can't wait. I really want to see. Can't wait for the draft. We did our mock draft video. Finished up the third part the other day. Um, so that's on the channel if anyone wants here and wants to check it out. Um, I had Boston or wait, who did I have Florida taking? Did I think Florida
the
taking Othman? I
Zachary
think.
Thoreau.
Oh, you had LaRoe. I think I had Othman. Um, but Ratu can slip that far
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Did the Panthers trade the rights to Chris Drieger in this expansion draft? I think they just exposed them, right? And then the rule was if you're not protected in the expansion draft, then the Seattle Kraken can talk to each of those players who are free agents ahead of free agency. They're the only team that gets to do that. So basically, when Florida didn't protect Drieger, they were able to arrange a contract, and they'll probably pick him today and sign him basically immediately as soon as they have him on the team officially.
And from Buffalo, Will Borgen.
Hey, we're 2 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Young, unproven defenseman who play in the A. He's played 14 games in his career.
An act Having an octopus from the Seattle Aquarium select the Detroit pick.
See, this is the kind of shit I was talking about. Dennis Cholowski from Detroit. So I mean, like they have a freaking octopus select a guy. They got fish flying around. They're really leaning into that,
Hmm.
Pacific Ocean kind of seaside part of this team.
And they're the Kraken, the whole tentacle thing, it
Yeah,
being like, oh man, they have a giant inflatable.
yeah.
Oh my god, a squid? Yeah, it's a squid. Oof.
Lauzon and Borgen and Cholosky. Good start.
Hmm.
Good start. Octopus announced it. That's wild. Three
Hmm.
defensemen so far. 3 picks in. We got 3D. All young D. They're going young and they're going young prospect D kind of thing. It's interesting. How does trading rights work in the NHL expansion draft for new teams? Does that only work if the player is protected? Yeah. So their rights are with the team that they're currently on technically, but the NHL allowed the Seattle Kraken only between the time that the protected lists were announced and today to talk to potential UFAs. But their rights are still held by their team. So um, that's why you're hearing deals like Alexiak and Drieger and stuff like that going through, but they won't be official until they specifically have their rights today. I think that's how it works anyway.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's different than like Tampa Bay trading Blake Coleman to the Rangers, because then only the Rangers had that rights. But Seattle could still talk to Coleman, so there's technically 2 teams talking to him at one time. So they're not Coleman, Goudreau. Barclay Goudreau got traded, not Coleman. My bad.
You think we're gonna hear about the deals today, or do you think they're gonna come out later?
I don't know. I'm staying on Twitter and keeping everyone apprised, but I don't know. Depends on if like maybe they'll announce it if like specifically a team picked a player because of a deal. For example, like if the Leafs told him to take McCann or instead of Kerfoot
Hmm.
and yada yada yada, give him a third to do it. I follow it's the Atlanta Thrashers quote unquote official um, Twitter account. It's just a parody account,
Yeah, yeah,
and
of course.
they tweeted
They're
the
no
best.
longer an organization.
Yeah, it's like the best player we could get in the '99 expansion draft was Yannick Tremblay, and the Seattle Kraken just passed on Carey Price and Vladimir Tarasenko.
Yeah.
Yeah, the announcing the deals might all they yeah that might be all they can do for you know us hockey fans who are way too on top of things.
And thanks for the comment, man. Good to see you again.
Yeah, to see. Hope you're doing good.
The orders are like completely random or something.
Yeah, there's no specific order so far. Yeah, what is the side deals? Damn it. There's Chris Drieger. So officially, Anthony for that. Your Florida Panthers. Oh, he's there.
Oh, he's there. Oh, wow. He's there.
And there's the jersey too. You're the Ottawa guy. What's Chris Drieger about there, Alex?
He's a good goaltender. I didn't like the chances he was given. Like he did take them. I don't, he just kind of slipped through the cracks in all those, depth charts behind a guy like Gustafsson. Uh, so I think from what he showed in Florida, he might even potentially be a starter, and I think that's what he's trying to show here. He's trying to immediately connect with the city and make himself, a face of the franchise, and
Yeah, trying to get himself a fan favorite already.
yeah, like he's here, right? And he's excited to be here and then say hi to people and be like, I don't know how many others are gonna be here, right? Like unless Adam Larson shows up.
Upsand, thanks, man. We appreciate that. We try to work hard on our mock drafts, not just like regurgitate the same information to people. A lot of work goes into it, so we appreciate it. Kale Fleury. It's a rule to take a Fleury in the expansion draft. It's
Hmm
part of the
hmm
it's part of the contract. They might get two actually. If they take Anaheim's
Yeah,
Fleury too, Hayden Fleury.
put the brothers together.
Are they related?
I think so. I think they're brothers.
Oh shoot.
Let me look that one up.
I don't.
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
They're
they're
brothers.
brothers.
I figured. I figured you were right, but I'm like, I just wanted to make sure. Let me
Yeah.
check that. That's cool.
hmm
Fleury's younger brother Kale was selected by the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, that'd be dope if they get them together. Yeah, the Hayden Fleury, Kale Fleury
Yeah, a
defensive
defensive pair,
pairing.
right? Oh my God, that'd be incredible. I don't know why you'd stray away from that idea.
Why not, right?
Macklemore is announcing the Senators pick.
Expected to take Joey Decord, I think.
hmm
So I guess they're doing defense and goalie first kind of order. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. The mock draft is kind of spoiled for us, but we can still hang out and see what Seattle's about here. And there's Joey Decord's pick. If you could do us a favor, leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate that. It helps bump up the stream to get it out to more people. More people come and hang out with us is a good thing. What do you think about Decord, Alex?
I really liked them. He showed, in a tight spot, he could compete under pressure, and I think that's really important as a goaltender to not just like collapse when you're given, your chance. And if it wasn't for an injury, I think he would have showed really well towards the end of the season when Ottawa kind of, made things click and get together. Like I think he could have been, a huge piece of that. Unfortunately, he pulled something and fell funny. Couldn't really tell by how it happened, but I think you're going to get a good goaltender in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. Anthony is
A good
Ratty
backup.
the most NHL ready in terms of European forwards this year's draft because of the league he's playing. I don't know about NHL readiness. This year's draft is weird because guys didn't get a full season. Everyone's year in development is like half a season behind almost. There's very few guys in the draft for me that are NHL ready that'll like play next year, um, or even the year after that. There's very few. Um,
Hmm.
Maybe Owen Power if but he might go back to university. He said so. We honestly might see like maybe one or two guys play from this draft play in October, and that's it. Like it's a weird year, so
It really depends on which team drafts them too.
yeah. NHL readiness in terms of forwards, though. I mean, yeah, he's up there.
Hmm.
I want to get him out of the system he's in Karpat, I think. Um,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
team plays a very weird style. They're always kind of around the outside. They're not a great team, to be honest with you. And he's played with them their whole life. So to get him out of that Finnish system and you know
Playing on the North American ice.
playing
Yeah.
on North American ice and all that, I don't know if they've lifted restrictions. See here, this is the fish market guy.
Oh,
Zach, sounds like they got a starter and a third string goalie. What up, Bobby? Bobby Big Wheels in the stream.
woohoo, Bobby. Hey, yo, Bobby.
There goes Jared McCann. Yeah, they'll probably take four goalies, Zach, to be honest. Like, I've heard, like, they're going to have extra goalies and they're going to trade them because the goaltending market this offseason is kind of nuts. Um, there's going to be a lot of movement, so they're going to be involved in that moving around.
I don't know. I think they're gonna be three, maybe four. I don't know how many goalies you want. I don't know how valuable they're really gonna be. Goalies have never had like an incredibly high trade value or, going into free agency, some are going to be available. I don't know how much they're going to be like worth compared to a player.
Mm-hmm. Do you
We'll see
think
though. We'll
do you
see.
think it would benefit him to maybe transfer over to Helsinki where Barkov and Lindell played when they were younger? I mean, yeah, I just want him personally. Obviously, he's gonna do what he wants, and his family's gonna put him down the right path. So I don't pretend to be the expert on Atu Ratu, but um, I think getting him out of his card system and into just a different look, different feel, specifically over in North America would help him a lot. But yeah, another Finnish league may do the trick too. Upsan losing to Cord not painful when you have Sogard in the system and they can select Jesper Wallstedt. Yeah, I love Matt
Yeah.
Sogard. I
I
love
like
playing him.
yeah, I like both Sogard and Philip Gustafsson. Both are showing, that they're like ahead of their development, for a goaltender. And when you're an Ottawa fan, goaltending's always been a kind of a weird question mark, and I like the future.
Zach Washington goalie is their backup. Yeah, I think Vanacek might be the guy. Vitek Vanacek. What is happening in this Seattle? They're throwing fish into the crowd. I don't get it. so, so strange. We missed when Yanni Gord was the pick out of Tampa Bay.
Hmm.
It's interesting, man. Oh my god, what a weird. I guess Vegas did theirs in like a casino kind of vibe, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
I
Because
don't
he
know how
played.
the oh,
Sorry, because you. Anthony says because he played in the professionals when he was 17, he's not eligible to play college hockey like Henrik Borstrom. Good point. I think you're right there.
mm,
They changed because of the pandemic and the shortened seasons and all that. They changed the rules on AHL age. Um, they basically, it used to be a professional league. You had to be 20. You had to be under contract. And if not, you're going to the CHL juniors. But because there were not a lot of juniors, they lifted that restriction. So guys like for Leafs, Nick Robertson played and for the Marlies when he was 18. Um, so if they keep that, maybe bring Ratu, whoever takes him, to your AHL team. If you think he's ready. If not, keep him over in Finland until he's ready.
Yeah, this year Karpat wasn't good, but the past 2 years they were the number one team in the league.
Fair.
And I think that him being in like a really good system, like it kind of makes him look a little bit better. And this year, when like the team wasn't as good, it exposed, hey, he just isn't as good. And I also don't know how the contracts work, where if he can change
Yeah.
teams like that, I think he has to be traded like within the league. Otherwise, like he comes over to North America and plays in either the CHL or just the AHL. I'm not even sure how, but I don't think he's ready for the AHL, so it'd have to be like a Canadian Junior League, right?
Yeah. I
Played
agree.
in the front.
But yeah, yeah. I don't know how the Finnish rights work. I think they're pretty sly. Like Finland and Sweden, I don't think have a lot of crazy rights loopholes that NHL teams have to get around, like the
Mhm.
KHL.
Yeah.
Um, but right now, Finland owns, Karpat owns his rights, so it's up to them.
And for another year.
Yeah, for another year. Not for that one. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Atu Ratu. I'm excited. I'm excited for the draft.
Mm, Me too. I hope we're really wrong.
Yeah. If you're here, you're around on Friday and Saturday. Alex and I will be streaming both days of the draft. Friday night, 8 p.m. Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, yeah, we'll be chilling. Anthony, who is the goaltender prospect from Canada that's like 60?
Sebastian Casa?
Yeah, 6'5" that they're projecting might be drafted above. Yeah, Sebastian Cosa played for the Edmonton Oil Kings in WHL. He's good, but I wouldn't project him ahead of Wallstat. I think Wallstat is something else. That's just me. That's my personal opinion, but
Mm-hmm.
I have
And
seen
Costa's
Casa. Yeah,
6'6". He's
yeah, he's
even
big.
bigger than that.
He's big.
He's a big boy.
They're both big boys. I have him going to Edmonton in my mock draft spoilers, but and you have him what mini?
Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't think he gets past Edmonton at 18. I think they need some goaltending depth and prospects, but I mean, I like Stuart Skinner as much as the next guy, but he hasn't done what I would have expected him to do at
Yeah,
this point in his
yeah.
career. So, you get more goaltending prospects. Which, it's not going to hurt you. Alex and Dope. In your honest opinion, who do you like better, Sebastian or Jesper as an overall prospect? Yeah, that's Alex. I'm Ryan, by the way. Anthony, Dopemon's just the name of the channel, but um, I like Wallstead. I think Wallstead is the best goaltending prospect that is available within the last decade, probably. I really like him. What do you think, Alex?
I gotta agree with Wallstedt. I don't know what his like ceiling is, but I know he has a really high floor, which is
Yeah,
important. I know he's gonna have a really long career as a good goaltender. Uh, Casa might have a few, like a great season better, but I don't think so. I think it's gonna be all Wallstedt.
yeah, I'm on Team Wallstead too, all day. I
Yeah.
have him going sixth to the Red Wings. And I would honestly consider, if I had a top three pick, I would consider taking Wallstedt.
hmm I have him 12th, but I have him ranked a lot higher.
Yeah. Gavin Bayreuther. Morgan Geeky out of Carolina. It's gonna be an interesting team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Wallstedt is. I want to talk about Wallstedt more because I love him, but he's he looks like a he looks doesn't look like an 18-year-old playing in a professional hockey league. Everything I've seen is like, he's so cool, so calm, doesn't overextend. He's crazy. When I look at Jesper, he reminds me a little bit of Mika Kiprusoff or Dominic Hasek in terms of playing style. He does agree with my comparison. Um, Maybe Mika Kiprusoff.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
about
actually,
Hasek.
I do agree with Kipper stuff.
Yeah, I don't know about Hasek. Was a little bit like, stopping it with, stop it with whatever was necessary, even if it's your face kind of goaltending. Like he was a little bit more all over the place. I compared him in the video to a mix between Freddie Anderson and Henrik Lundqvist. Um, he's very tall, so he stands very upright, but he's very calm and has the same kind of Lundqvist Sweden goaltender stance, I guess. How did Seattle pass on Domi and take Bayreuther instead? I don't know, man. I have no idea.
I
I wouldn't have.
think, I think that the same reason that they skipped on Tarasenko, that this isn't the only opportunity they have to get players.
Yeah,
They can wait till the free agency, and instead of spending five and betting on Domi or 7 point something and betting on Tarasenko, they'll just sign people to that kind of money, you
yeah.
know? And it's yeah.
They're I'll call it weaponizing their cap space, uh, and their cap flexibility.
Hmm.
They're gonna have
I like that.
the really low cap, and because the cap is flat and it doesn't have any, it's not going anywhere. All these teams are so close up against it. Like Tampa needs help, Vegas needs help, Toronto needs help. All these teams are right up against it, and all of a sudden Seattle comes in here with, hey, we have $40 million in cap space. you know, they might be able to get some better players than Max Domi at the end of the day if they really utilize that space well. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I would have built this team differently, and we did in our little expansion draft mock draft video that we did. We built this team kind of. It was still way under the cap. I think we had it at like 66 million um, of the 81 and a half. But yeah, a guy like Tarasenko, I was shocked they didn't take. When the Panthers drafted Spencer Knight, what were you guys this comparison for him in terms of goalies? For me, it looked like Eddie the Eagle and Ben Bishop. Yeah,
I like him more than Bishop, a lot more than Bishop.
yeah. I don't know. I can't remember at the time what I thought. But I knew he was good. Um, Bishop's a decent comparable. Anyone older like Ed Belfour or you know Hasek, they played differently. So uh, the whole goaltending mindset in the 80s and the 90s was way different than it is now. Um, it's much more athletic than it ever was back in Belfour's day. But I don't know. I don't think I saw anyone specifically with Spencer Knight. I just saw a really good
Hmm.
mechanically sound goalie, and he played really well when he came up as a really young kid in the NHL. Played really well.
I find it harder to make comparisons to goaltenders than I do to players. And I probably do only like maybe 10 to 20% of the time I'll make like a comparison on a skater, but for goalies, I rarely. I think
Yeah,
goalies are so unique. They're crazy, right? Like we
yeah,
know it. We're goalies. You
yeah.
have to be a nut job to want pucks to be flying at your head.
Eddie the Eagle, the ski jumper. Nah. Yeah, that Eddie the Eagle for sure. Jordan Eberle comes out with the whites, the white away sweater.
not a fan of the away sweater. I think
It's
it'll
pretty
warm up
basic.
on me, but yeah, it's kind of reminds me of like some 80s.
I think they look pretty good. They're just
So then I'll get you
no
the away.
equipment right
I'll
now.
keep the home.
There's Colin Blackwell from the Rangers. That was an easy pick for me.
Hmm.
This is dope. Hell yeah. Blackwell played really well for the Rangers at the end, kind of the tail end of last year. He got some time with Panarin and Zibanejad, and he started playing up a lineup a little bit. He looked really good,
Hmm.
so I'm excited to
Hey, you
see what
want
he can do
guys
there.
who can like jump up and down the roster
Yeah,
and kind of make your roster a little bit cheaper on the cap, a guy like Hyman, but his contract's obviously going to be a little bit more expensive, but somebody like that who can play up and down the roster and just kind of like, complement your star elite talent there.
yeah. Alex and Ryan, what were you guys' opinions when you saw the building collapse that happened in Miami Beach in Florida? Yeah, obviously horrifying. That was a hard turn there, Anthony. Jeez.
Yeah, whoa.
Going from goaltending to the building collapse in Miami. Yeah, obviously horrific. Yeah, someone needs to answer for that for sure. I don't know much about it, to be completely honest. I'm not gonna say much about it, but um, obviously saw it on the news when it happened. It's a big
Yeah,
yikes.
usually those things are some kind of like, building regulation stuff that is so specific to a town or city that we could possibly have you know, we're from Toronto.
Yeah,
We don't have a very much insight onto Florida's building code.
yeah. Assuming you're from Florida or have been in Florida for a long time, you're a Panthers fan. So hopefully you're all good down there. I know the meme about Florida is that it's the Wild West, so that was a good time.
Hmm.
You miss anything? What's happening?
I think we're at commercial break.
Yeah, Jordan Eberle from the Islanders. Oh, Nathan Bastian from the New Jersey Devils was what we missed.
Hmm.
Rank your top primary center prospects in the NHL. That's
Oh,
quite a
prospects in the NHL. Ooh.
like currently playing or I mean obviously your top guys. A lot of guys from last year that haven't really played yet. Um,
Byfield's gonna have a big year
Byfield,
coming up. Yeah.
Lucas Raymond. So I'm curious what Marco Rossi does this year after having COVID and coming back from that. I thought I was the only closet Sens fan in the GTA.
Yep. Yep.
Nope, you have.
Oh, definitely not. Yep, there's another one.
There's
I
another
haven't
one
seen
we
a
got.
third.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not like a Leafs hater by any means. I just didn't really like them growing up. I like the Sens growing up. I was like, okay, cool. I don't really, I'm not super like city oriented for like the teams that I follow.
And currently playing and coming in the future. Yeah, I mean that. Let's just go last year. I want to see Quentin Byfield. I really think he's going to be good for LA. I really want to see him play this year. Have a full season, all that. Um, Anton Lundell, I'm curious. We mentioned him earlier. I'm curious about how he plays when he's coming over. Um, go to the draft before. Jack Hughes, I think, took a big step this year after not having a great rookie season. Um, he took a big step. Trevor Zegras, I'm interested to see what he can do this upcoming year in Anaheim. Just trying to think.
Josh Norris. I think there's another level of his game that he can bring. I think he can be the number one center that Ottawa needs, and I think that I definitely see that there's like a lot more there that he can bring.
To be honest, when I look at Marco Rossi and Lucas Raymond, I don't see them staying at the center position. I think they're more wingers. Am I being harsh? I don't.
Lucas Raymond always was a winger, so
Yeah,
then you're not being harsh.
yeah. Lucas Raymond, I think, is a left winger. Rossi, I don't know. It's he can skate well, so you'd want to put him in center ice as much as you can. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
him having like the COVID, kind
yeah,
of
it
like the
makes
physical
huge
symptoms
question mark.
all, yeah, right. And you don't know where, how his development went for a year. You might have to give him a little bit more time, before making that kind of decision on whether you play center or left or wing or whatever.
Yeah,
And
I do think the transfer to from center to the wing is easier for players to make than from wing to center. So he has the experience at center his whole life. He can, if he can do it at the NHL level, then why not? But if not, you got to fall back. He can fall back to a wing spot. I think Alec, William, because I'm a Leafs fan, I'm going to make it about the Leafs. I think William Nylander came up as a center, and then they went, hey, let's move him to wing. Complements the line better, but he still takes a lot of face-offs. He takes some wins. He's a good face-off man. Skates well. He could be a center if he wanted to, but uh, he fits better in the lineup as a wing.
And I think that the position of being center has kind of changed. Like how you check defensively on the cycle. You're always like changing who you are, making sure you get your matchups, and like, you know, it's more about which forechecker you are and how deep you are in the offensive zone and which forward's coming back. Like who the actual center is matters less and less in the NHL, just like other than like specific attack and defensive plays in the neutral zone. Other than that, it can get kind of like iffy. And at any time as a winger, you need to cover and be the center. So I think you need to take like I think you kind of need to be like trained in both.
Rossi's a C in the NHL. Kid nearly died from COVID. Ignore last year. He will be great. I
Hmm.
100% agree. Last year was a kind of a wash for a lot of players, especially Marco Rossi, the things he went through. So yeah, give him a time. He's a year behind now, but you give him his time. He should be a good center. I'm not sure you're a Maple Leafs fan, or I wasn't sure you're a Maple Leafs fan, and if you are mad at the rumors that they might trade Mitch Marner, because to me it makes more sense than them to trade Austin Matthews. Ooh, I don't agree with you. Um, Matthews is a generational sniper, and I don't think that's my Leafs bias shining through. I think he's legitimately, going to be one of the faces of the NHL going forward. You know, Crosby, it was friggin' Gretzky, Lemieux, Crosby, Ovechkin, McDavid, Matthews, right? It's going to be that kind of deal. I was initially screaming to one of those people that was to trade Mitch Marner. I don't know anymore. I think you got to make something happen though, especially if they don't do it again this year. You got to really consider your core in Toronto. Got to really start to look at it with a really fine tooth comb and start to question your core four. But I don't think you trade Austin Matthews. I think if you trade anyone, you trade Marner, you trade Nylander. You can't trade Tavares because he has no move. So you trade one of your wingers and hopefully spread out the wealth and the contract money somewhere else. But it's unfortunate because they didn't expect when they signed those contracts for the cap to be flat for 4 years. Like it's super unfortunate that happened. But they got to deal with it now. Carson, who? Wait, Carson Twarinski, the pick from the Flyers. I don't know who that is.
Hmm.
Who is Carson Twarinski, Alex?
I don't know. I knew that there would be like one guy that just doesn't, isn't on any of the big lists that they're gonna take just to take like a guy, who's younger that they see.
Twarinsky, baby.
Carson Turinsky's a third round pick in 2016. He's got one goal in 22 NHL games between the last two seasons.
Interesting.
Um,
Interesting
six foot
pick.
two, 200 pounds. Yeah, I
I
think
just
he's
like what
more
they
of a,
see.
yeah, they're scouting on him is pretty good, and they're like, hey, want that guy.
Yeah. Well, I would say it makes more sense to trade Austin because to me he doesn't fit the culture of Toronto, and I think he'd be better served playing in Arizona or Minnesota. Um, yeah, I mean he's an American, so getting him, him playing in an American city, he's from Arizona. There are those parallels there. I think the city of Toronto loves Austin Matthews. I don't know if um, from a culture standpoint, I don't know. I can't speak to the culture in the dressing room. Obviously, I'm not there, but um, I don't know. Matthews is a. They're all interesting cases in of itself, but I think Matthews is fine. I don't think he's. I don't think Matthews is the problem anyway. But
Hmm. Yeah,
but yeah,
nobody individually is the problem, so it's hard to like be like that guy, that guy, that guy, and then you kind of have to like address it like systemically.
yeah. Meanwhile, Brandon Tanev was a pick from the Penguins, and I just saw Vitek Vanacek for the Capitals. So Zach was right from earlier.
Hmm.
Washington Capitals goalie. So they got Decord, Drieger, and Vanacek. So there are your three goalies. Easy.
Oh, I can hear some background there, Ryan.
That's fine. It's just the commercials.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. What's that still gonna do? Are they gonna sue you for advertising for
Yeah,
them by
for more
accident?
advertising.
Yeah.
Here's another reason is because honestly, I don't think Austin personality fits the media coverage in terms of sports because he reminds me a little bit of Aaron Rodgers. He's in a hole to the media. Yeah, I think hockey players are weird because they're not allowed. When they express personality and they kind of get off the script a little bit, they like get ripped apart by either fans or media or
Yeah. The team even, they're vilified for just being honest,
yeah.
and answering questions sometimes.
So yeah, I think Austin being kind of dry to the media is just kind of what every big player in Toronto ends up doing. Um, I remember back when Dion Phaneuf was the captain, he was the same way. He was very dry with the media, very didn't say a whole lot, but apparently in the dressing room he was a complete animal because he's with the boys then, right? Um, his personality was just so different, and I don't think you should take how they look when they're taking an interview as their personality or their character because it's just so different from a media standpoint to how they're actually like, especially in Toronto with so many cameras on them. Young goaltending lineup that'll grow together. I agree, Zach.
It kind of reminds me of like customer service places.
Hmm.
Yeah, just that's the interview voice. They just have like a completely different kind of personality. That's just like that's not the person, that you're seeing on like an interview. Especially with media, right? Before or after a game, then and they're asking like ridiculous tough questions, and they kind of just like roll their eyes and be like, that's not what they're like when they're hanging out, after the game.
And you know what I was trying to say on the bottom part of a comment? Yeah, I got it. I got you, buddy. He's a
Oh
dick.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
He's an
no,
asshole.
we're not
Yeah,
a kids only chat. I don't know
don't
about the
worry,
people in
don't
here,
worry.
but we're not a kids only channel. So feel free to use whatever language you want in the comments. I don't think we have any kids here. keep doing it. Uh,
Oh, they did. They blocked my. Oh, I swore into the chat.
Drieger's contract, 3 years, 3.5 AAV,
Fair.
modified no trade clause, 10 team, no trade list for all 3 years. So he wants to stay there,
Hmm.
which is good.
Yeah, good contract for both of them, for both the team and the goalie. I like Drager. I think he's gonna do well. And I like guys that like always keep getting better. You know what I mean? Like he's never like stopped getting better. Every year it's like he said he's just like keeps, getting stronger, getting faster, improving his numbers. Some guys have like one or two good seasons and then drop off for their whole career. You see goaltenders have like one or two 9, 10 seasons and then, then nine O's for the rest of it. You're wondering why they're still playing, and Chris Trigger's a guy every year so far has just gotten better. So can't wait to see where he goes from here.
Mm-hmm. They're announcing the Kraken home opener will be October 23rd at the Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. October 23rd against the rival Vancouver Canucks. I love they're calling them the rival just geographically. That
Yeah,
nothing's happened yet.
I think they're playing most of their first games as away games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just
October
off like
23rd
the
seems late.
yeah. Yeah, that seems like I think they're playing their first few as away just to get like the arena ready. I
Yep.
think they're having a scheduling big issues.
There's Tyler Pitlick from Arizona. That was our pick two for Arizona in our mock draft.
How many did we get right? 8, 6?
Oh, I don't know more than that. I don't have it up anymore. So
Mm,
I'd have to look at the video to know who we picked.
fair.
Yeah, Pitlick we got. I had Tanev originally. We switched to Zucker. We were in between the two.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
and you were right. Off should have
I,
stuck with
I
yours.
didn't have Tworinsky. I mean, we picked Nudivara, but we assumed that they would let Drieger walk to free agency and then sign him. Otherwise, Drieger is the easy answer. We had
Hmm.
Colin Blackwell. It was between Eberle and Bailey. They chose Eberle. Cool. Um, Morgan Geeky. We had Jake Bean out of Carolina. That was questionable.
Hmm.
Um, Yanni Gord out of Tampa. We didn't have. We had Cal Foot. We had Decord out of Ottawa. We were pretty good. I think we assumed that they would take more big name guys than they have.
Yeah.
Like, who's the biggest name in their lineup right now? Jordan Eberle?
Yep. Ooh, Sean is huge.
Yeah, he's a
What a
basketball
monster.
player. I can't wait to watch the Kraken play. I might become like a
Hmm.
closet Seattle Kraken fan while the Leafs
Closet.
make me annoying.
You're already pretty open about it.
Yeah, fair. While the Leafs are pissing me off, I might cheer for Seattle a few times. If you guys are new to the stream, we'd appreciate the subscription, your like on this video. We're trying to do a lot of hockey content. We'll be pretty busy. We've been pretty busy with the NHL entry draft and expansion draft coming up, but we'll be live streaming this weekend if you want to come hang out with us again. If you're new to the channel, we'd appreciate it. If you're already subscribed and you come back, thank you so much for coming back. We are getting zero side deal stuff going on.
Yeah, nothing, no information about what's happening on the side, which is really disappointing because not a lot of this is new information here.
Yeah. Are you surprised that there wasn't any big time prospects or superstars unprotected for the expansion draft because they were leaving anyways? You're confused by your question. I'm surprised that they haven't taken any big name guys, if that's what you're talking about. Guys like Tarasenko
Mhm.
and Price and Domi and like the bigger name, bigger contracts. A little surprised they didn't take them, but unprotected. I mean, certain teams didn't protect free agents, like Landeskog and Ovechkin wasn't protected because they're free agents, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Landeskog's a big one, I
Yeah.
think, who was unprotected as a big name guy.
So you'll cheer for Seattle every spring. Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds good. Sounds like a
Right?
plan.
Every spring, just take off the Leafs jersey, put on
Yeah,
the Seattle jersey.
I'll get those 7 games in for the Leafs playoffs, and I'm immediately switching to the Kraken. That's it.
Oh,
That's
you're
the
lucky if
plan.
they get to 7.
They're getting to 7 every year, dude. I mean, you're lucky. Every
Yeah.
year, as you said,
Yeah. Hey,
Washington.
hey, man.
Except
Yeah,
Washington.
they're lucky
What, your mic went out there. You right?
that Montreal let them get. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Testing.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Your mic just kind of went
Hello.
screwy there. Yeah.
Okay.
Your mic went Decepticon.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. No, no, no. Yeah. Uh, I was saying that the Toronto's lucky that Montreal let them get to the 7.
Hey now. Hey now. Whoa.
Yeah, they were the East. I guess the yeah, East. They were the finals. They're a real cup contending team, unlike the Leafs. So I don't know, man.
Did Washington protect Kuznetsov? Yeah, they did. Evgeny Kuznetsov, I think, was protected by Washington.
And it's about protecting value too. Like they can leave Kuznetsov unprotected because they think that they're going to trade him, but he's Kuzi. Like they're going to get a lot of value for him when they do trade him. I think a team like Ottawa might be interested in a big name center.
Mhm.
I'd love to see Kuznetsov in Ottawa. I think he'd really complement a guy like Stützle. Uh, but
Yeah, you need one
yeah,
more
that's
big
why they
name guy.
don't. Yeah, one more big name center. Maybe one more big name D if all the prospects don't pan out to be incredible. Here's fingers
So you have a
crossed
lot
for
of D.
Jacob Bernard Docker.
John Quenville, the pick from Chicago, and Eunice Donskoy, the pick from Colorado. Interesting. We had Donskoy. I think
Hmm.
we had Adam Gaudette from
Yep, got that.
Chicago. John Quenville's
Yep.
the player. Yeah.
Hmm.
This is Jamie Alexiak. I think this is Jamie Alexiak. He's huge.
Yep, it is. It is. Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
I
I
like
love it.
Alexiak.
Yeah.
I'm glad they picked him. I did like him in Dallas, but I might get an Alexiak Kraken jersey if he stays. I'm hoping that the fact that they signed him means that they're going to keep him.
Hmm. Is Penny Alexiak play at the winner at the Olympics today?
Hmm.
Right.
I don't know.
So obviously, if you didn't know, Penny Alexiak, the Canadian Olympic swimmer, is Jamie Alexiak's sister. I don't know. Like, I assume if she's healthy, then she's swimming. So
Hmm.
I just don't know. Yeah, she's there. So uh,
I think they're saying that Alexiak is officially the heaviest player in the NHL.
him and Robin Leonard, right?
I don't know actually. I guess yeah, Robin.
Robin Leonard's a
Robin
big boy.
Robin's a big. Yeah, he is huge. He is just a monster.
Yeah. This pick surprises me. Carson Soucy, and
Hmm.
not Capo Kakinen.
Actually,
Uh,
I had Susie. Remember?
yeah, he did. He had him first. Penny
Fuck
starts racing next
Capacanet.
week. Hell yeah. I'm excited for the Olympics. I really am. We weren't planning on doing anything on the channel for that, but the Olympics are fun. It's just, you know, sitting on your couch and you pretend to be an expert in uh, trampoline jumping for two days and like
Hmm.
judge all these premier athletes flipping around and doing crazy stuff. It's good. The Summer Olympics too have like all these weird events that you never heard of, and like, I think one's break dance. I think they have a break dancing
Yeah, skateboarding
medal,
now.
skateboarding now, all these crazy events. It's always fun. The Olympics are wild. Well, hopefully they'll be able to get all the events off without any COVID issues in Tokyo. Fingers crossed.
Hmm. Let's get cracking. I love that.
Let's get cracking. I hate that.
Yeah, I hate obviously it's terrible, which is
uh,
why I love it.
Fair enough. Who is this? Dave Hackstall, yeah?
Yep, Hextall.
Stole our
Hyman
coach.
meeting Hyman meeting with the Oilers. Would love to see him score with McDavid. Oh man, what a complimentary piece that would be.
Josh Liendo is a Toronto swimmer who you will get to know. I'm excited. Josh Liendo. I'll try to remember that name.
Hmm.
Olympics are great. People get their chance for gold medal, and they get their huge, big breaks and stuff. People like Penny Alexiak and Alex Bilodeau are household names because they won gold medals at the Olympics. Otherwise, people aren't watching swimming a lot of the time if it's not the Olympics, and different events that don't
Mm-hmm.
get a lot of attention, and sports that don't get a lot of attention normally, other outside like the big four in North America. Um, Olympics are exciting.
Yeah, a guy like Michael Phelps became a household name too.
Yeah.
Just, who cares about swimming? I don't, but you know,
Yeah. I mean, sprint is a different story. People, I think, know, the big sprinters. So
Usain Bolt.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
obviously Olympics helps.
It's because like the fascination with being the fastest man alive,
Yeah.
that's why, it's not so much like the actual sport. Like I don't think people are like, oh yeah, the 100-meter race, they care about it so much as just being stupid fast. I'm a coach in Toronto, swimming is my life. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's
Hockey's our
awesome,
life.
actually. So have you coached Josh Liendo, the guy you're talking about in Tokyo? Have you coached him?
Or like no of them worked with him or whatever.
Yeah. 18 years old. From Markham. I googled him.
Hmm. I don't know why people from Markham know how to swim. It's just
Yeah,
a
what I
thing.
said about Markham, right?
Yeah, and Richmond Hill too. They're pretty good swimmers. And North York, not so much Scarborough. They're not as good swimmers in Scarborough. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. There's like a line. You go north of Steeles, you can swim.
He is from my club. That's awesome.
Cool.
Go Josh. Kill it. I don't remember that name now.
Hmm. North York Aquatic Club. There you go. See, I told you they don't come from Scarborough. They come from North York.
Awesome. Yeah, Alex is from your neck of the woods. I'm a little more west of you. I don't venture into the city too often. Only when
And
I'm
I
owning.
do all too often. But yeah, for hockey games. Can't wait to go back to seeing those.
Oh yeah, no, I can't wait. I won't.
We might vlog those here.
Yeah, we might do some kind of fun content and try to get some vlog content for Maybe some junior games. Be easier to get good content from that. I
Hmm.
used to coach in Scarborough. Nice.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm just messing around.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Like messing around, but like you're, oh shit, he's right.
Yeah, right.
Oh no.
So, like that's why I would move to North York. Obviously, he recognizes talent.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to watch some junior hockey next year. That was all. Oh, obviously
Hmm.
the OHL was canceled completely, but going to some OHL games be exciting.
Feel bad for like the players, the foreign players who had been selected in the import draft and came over to play in the OHL and didn't get an opportunity to play. When I was doing my list for Russia, go check it out.
Mm.
Uh, there's a lot of guys who would like come over and just didn't have anything to. They just didn't play because they're playing in the OHL and they're just waiting, and they can't go back home. So
Yeah,
they
it's
just
tough.
stayed with their foster family or whatever and didn't play any hockey ever. Like, okay.
Oh, we got Marshawn Lynch here.
Oh, Marshawn Lynch.
Got all that the Seattle representation.
Hmm.
Who's the guy you're most excited for Seattle right now, Alex? Because I know who I'm most excited for.
Um, Joey DeCord,
Joey
Ottawa
Daccord.
boy. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
When we get to when we do our roster preview, I'll have an answer to that. But for now, I don't know because you don't know how many people are even gonna be on the team come
Yeah, no, there's going to be a
September.
whole lot of movement, but
Yeah,
I said that because Jordan Eberle. I love me some Jordan Eberle, man. I've been a fan of
fair,
his
fair,
forever.
fair. Yeah.
Forever, even since before he was big in juniors, and hate to be hipster with Jordan Eberle, but I liked Jordan Eberle before he was cool.
Hmm.
Um, no, I had a little message on Twitter for Seattle fans. I'm excited for him to move over to Seattle, get back to the Pacific Western side of North America. It's super popular in Edmonton, so why not in Seattle, right? Kalle Yarncroc from Nashville.
We had two, right?
Yeah, we had him at one point.
Yeah, you had him. I didn't. Did I convince you otherwise?
No, I think I convinced you of Colton
Oh,
Sissons. I
okay.
think, um,
Oh, okay. Instead,
but
right.
but we had tossed around a few names from Nashville. I remember, and Kalle
Mhm.
Yarncroc was one of them.
It's the contract. They just didn't want to hold a contract for that long.
Yeah, look at this list. What a weird list. Biggest name on this list is probably still Jordan Eberle. Maybe Jonas
I
Donskoy.
really like Alexiak because he plays big
Yeah,
minutes. That's it's between them on like forward. Eberle D Alexiak.
I got released the Kraken shirts and stuff.
I might get a jersey. I might get a jersey.
Yeah, if
I
the
want, I
jerseys look
want
sick
that.
enough.
I want that neon green Dallas home jersey, the black one with the.
Yeah,
I
that
like
one's
that. A Heiskanen
wild.
one. Oh, a Heiskanen one of that.
I get a Jamie Benn jersey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll go split these on shipping or something. We should get them together, kind of thing. Like a deal. Find a deal. Get a
Hell yeah.
yeah. I don't know why we haven't.
That's a good point. Hell,
Yeah.
here's St. Louis's pick, or the pick from St. Louis is not Tarasenko, it's Vince Dunn. Wow. I can't wrap my head around There's no like he didn't take any of the big names,
Yeah, just
but I get Vince Dunn is a good player. No knock on Vince Dunn, but
hmm
if Tarasenko is healthy, I don't know, man. Who's gonna score goals for this hockey team?
hmm
Mason
They're
Appleton?
gonna have to make some trades. They're gonna have to sign a few people in the free agency, I think.
Oh yeah, no, they'll have some movement still. I wanted to
hmm
see some movement tonight, but it seems that there is nothing going on.
And I think maybe guys in their mid 30s who are on a little bit expensive contracts with 1 to 3 years left are gonna have a lot. Maybe they may take one or two of those. I think a guy like maybe Giroux could
Hmm.
be an option. To get some like elite talent out there for maybe cheaper than some other. Kuznetsov, for instance.
Yeah, that's true. We can do that.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, 5 of the top 10 here are from the same division.
Fair.
It's a shitty division. There's a lot of opportunity for Seattle here to become, almost immediately a playoff team, just because the division they're in is so weak.
Yeah, they're going young and they're weaponizing their cap space. That's it.
hmm Oh my God.
There's Hayden Fleury.
They got the Flurry brothers together. That's so cool.
Play
I
them
think I
together.
Yeah, we have to. Just like I think that Vancouver should move up in the draft to select Nick Hughes. I'd have a like they just have to get brothers playing on the same team.
Yeah.
It's an immediate, chemistry boost. Immediate fans will love it. Great for like the media and stuff. And they're both good. It's not like you're trying to ruin your team by getting them on your roster.
If they drafted differently, I would agree with them. But being a playoff team, this roster's not going to do it. No, as it is right
Yeah,
now,
no.
yeah, I'm not confident in them being a playoff team. But they're
They'll have to
gonna,
sign some guys.
yeah, they have to sign some guys, make some trades, maybe be cap relief for certain teams. Get picks and young prospects and players for it. Um, I think they'll inevitably end up with someone from Tampa Bay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they must, right? Because Tampa's
Kaloran or
what eight
Palat.
million dollars over the cap as it stands right now, or whatever it is, right? And they still need to sign some guys. Um, Cal Foot, obviously, a backup goaltender. Ross Colton. They still need to sign some guys. So Tampa needs a little bit
Mm-hmm.
of help. So I think inevitably they're going to end up with like Kallord or Johnson.
And we should know by the end of the night if any deals had been made. Like, hey, you take Gourd and we'll give you something. Like any actual transactions should be into the league and they should be, public and whatever eventually, right?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a freeze
And hide this
after
stuff.
this.
Yeah.
Super glad they took Hayden Fleury. Yeah, I think Hayden Fleury's kind of gotten a bad role as far as his teams and his playing time is concerned. But he was once a pretty good prospect. So um, Seattle getting Hayden and Cale Fleury, brothers on the back end there, defensive pairing. That would be wild.
hmm
They passed up on Jake Bean, Zach. I know you're a huge fan of Jake Bean, but they took Morgan Geekie instead of Jake Bean, and I was a little surprised about that. If you're gonna take a forward from Carolina, like why? I mean, Morgan Geekie's good, but
Mm-hmm. With
Carolina had a
Jake Bean
few.
though,
Carolina had a few really good options, but passed up on Jake Bean.
and Bean's a guy like, hey, even if you didn't like want him on your roster, then you could trade him for a guy like Geeky and a piece, making him a part of a package to get a top end talent. Didn't really seem to pick for value. Seattle here, there's some like interesting picks I think they've made. They left a lot of value on the table that maybe they could have used to trade, and I guess they won't.
Bean was
Yeah, I
by far the
agree,
better
Zach.
option. Yeah, I
Like
agree.
Ryan and I both independently came to the Jake Bean conclusion, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, we made Seattle mock drafts separately, and then combined them into one video. So before we recorded it, we kind of went through each of the teams and where we had. And we had a lot of guys that are the same, but
Yeah, like
we both
20.
we both autoed to Jake Bean. Like it was
Hmm.
that's who they're taking. That's who I would take. But we'll see. Maybe they're like, hey, we have too many good young defensemen. Let's get a good young forward. Right?
Hmm.
I
And
don't
maybe
know.
the numbers at the end of the day just didn't work out, and they're like, hey, we need one more forward, but I don't know.
Yeah, because Jake Bean played in the NHL this year. Like he played
Yeah,
40 games or
yeah. He
something.
plays games. Yeah, yeah.
So like he's playing. So it's not like he's a AHL prospect guy or nothing. Like
Hmm.
he's an NHL player now.
Yeah. I'll be right back before the commercial break ends.
Sure, sure. Just take him off the screen momentarily. How many picks left on that board? I can't see. Buddy's in the way. Uh, it's like 6 of them or so, 5 or 6. I don't know how many teams we've been through here. I know Carolina or Calgary's the next one. I know, and they're probably going to announce Giordano. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doing a healthcare worker salute. Good for them.
We got my second dose today.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Y'all out there, get your damn vaccines.
uh, what happened to your?
Hello?
I see you.
Oh,
I just can't. You're. Oh, there you are. A little bit of problem with my camera setup for a second.
oh, I see. Oh, everybody but you disappeared. I see how it is, Ryan.
Yeah. No, me. No, it's
It's all about you, isn't it?
okay. Now we got there. We're back. We are professional YouTubers.
Hmm. This is this is what we do for no living. We don't get paid for this. We do it for free.
Yeah.
We embarrass ourselves for free.
Yeah.
So, just so you know.
Embarrass ourselves for the entertainment of others. There's the Mark
Hmm.
Giordano pick.
Wow. No Shillington.
No Shillington. Don't with Giordano. The only one year left on that big contract, so why not, right?
Mm-hmm. There's no C on his chest.
No, not yet.
I think if he had walked out with one, there would have been some kind of uproar.
How about uproar? Maybe from the Seattle crowd, just like
Mm.
whoa. But I don't think you announce it yet. See what your roster's like, and then
Yeah, wait until September.
yeah.
Hmm.
Giordano, lifetime Calgary Flame, is a Seattle Kraken.
Yeah. It's tough for a fan base to see a guy like trust me, as a big Ottawa guy seeing Alfie in a Detroit jersey, you as a
Yeah.
Leafs fan seeing Sundin in a Canucks jersey, like it's kind of weird, like the whole career here, captain here, and then just gone. And obviously, as a Calgary like fan, you hope the best for him, but like you just hope he doesn't score against you, but it still sucks.
I actually really like this defense core that they have
Hmm.
kind of created here. Giordano, Alexiak, Larson, Susi, Lauzon, Dunn. Like they got some good defenders
Yeah,
in here.
yeah, they built from the back end, and that's really important in an expansion draft. I think you need to start with D. Get the D you want because a strong defense could be a difference maker for being a playoff team or not, and it can be really hard to put together. Harder than a forward group. Forward group, you just get a bunch of people who are super skilled, throw them on the ice. They'll eventually figure something out. But for D, you gotta carefully pick out your D and do your pro scouting real well.
There's the Adam Larson pick, so
Hmm.
they can officially sign him.
4 for 4. Apparently, Edmonton had offered him 4 for 3.9. Right? It's like, okay, I got $100,000 more in the U.S. with less taxes, and I get to play in Seattle.
Hmm.
Hmm. Easy choice. I like Adam Larson though. I've always been a fan.
Yeah, me too. Defensive guy, not going to give me much
Hmm.
offense,
Hmm.
but that's your trade-off.
And I remember him being like a top potential pick in 2011. I think it's pretty cool that he ended up in Edmonton anyway. Who had the 2011 first overall pick and selected Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Yep. Curtis McDermott. A lot of defensemen.
Hmm. Uh, what's his face? Just called him a forward. He's a D, right?
But
Is
yeah, he's a
he?
D.
Yeah.
Big D, 6'5", 233.
Yeah. But what's his face? Just was like, oh yeah, they'll need a lot of help up front. He's a forward. And he'll be on the fourth line. Like, what?
Whoops. That's okay.
Hmm. He keeps doubling down on him, filling that role. Stop it! You made a mistake. Go back.
Put back up. Nick Robertson is a forward. Oh God, scuba boy.
Yeah.
You're a scuba boy.
Carrie. Carrie the diver. Oh, diver girl. Oh, they're making a shark joke. Oh my god. Alexander True.
True.
True dat.
Who do we have them taking from San Jose?
I had it was between Donato and Gramsci.
Oh, Gambrell.
Gambrell? Yeah,
Dylan
Gambrell.
Gambrell. That's right. Did not have this guy on my list.
Nope, neither did I.
Freaking true.
True, bud. And the very last selection, number 30. No idea who True is. Okay,
Not to search him.
yeah, I had to look him up too.
This might be the biggest team in the league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Alexiak. Oh my god, like they have some really huge. You got a lot of 6'5", 6'6" talent on this fucking roster now. We got the entire ownership group out on stage to announce Vancouver's pick. It was Lind, right?
Cole Lind, I think, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Jerry Bruckheimer.
Yep. He's part owner.
Huh. Like the Jerry Bruckheimer?
Yep, the same one you're thinking of.
Okay.
Seattle no longer has the
Oh
lowest cap
no.
hit.
Did you see that guy with the SPQR tattoo on his arm?
No.
Yikes.
Oh,
That's like a Roman tattoo.
jeez.
That's one of those
It's a little
the
sus.
Romans are, yeah, it's a little So why are you waving Roman imperial symbol, dude? Yeah, get all six future Seattle Kraken are on the stage now.
There is the list. I haven't seen anything on Twitter as far as trades and anything goes, so yep, they'll have the number 2 pick on Friday.
Yep, we'll be delivering that information live, We'll be there. We'll be streaming Friday 8 p.m.
Yep.
Saturday morning 11. I think 11.
Yep, 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're up and going for day 2 of the draft. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a party. Come
Mhm.
hang with us.
Yeah.
We'll stream as long as we know players who are being drafted.
And if you've been following along for Russia, some will get undrafted, which means we're going to be watching the whole thing, waiting for Bachelnikov to get picked up.
Yeah.
All right, and that wraps that up.
Yeah, that wraps up the Seattle Kraken expansion draft. They have a full team. I'll
Kind of anticlimactic. Sorry.
see if I can find.
Yeah, I remember in was it 2016,
There we go.
17 or whatever, 17, that like when we were doing Vegas, it was the same thing during the day. Like I remember waiting, and being all excited about it all day. Like we were gonna have, we were gonna talk about it, and then just throughout the day, as I was watching TV, I'd get like, oh, William Karlsson, oh this, oh, a thought, and he gets traded to Dallas for a second. Like I just everything. Like
Yeah, I got the cap friendly page up on the screen now. There's your team. They're no longer at the bottom of cap friendly. They got they got a team now. Eberle,
hmm
Yanni Gord, Eunice Donskoy, Brandon Tanev, Jared McCann, Kelly Youngcroc, Tyler Pitlick, Mason Appleton, Nathan Bastian, Colin Blackwell, Carson Twarynski on forward. Giordano, Alexiak, Larson, Susie, Fleury, McDermott, Lausen, Dunn, Borgen, Cholowski with Drieger and Vanacek. In net. That's awesome. Oh, hey, Delta, what's up, man? Appreciate you joining us.
kind of at the end of the stream. Sorry you don't get to see more, but as you know, the picks have all been leaking out all day.
Yeah.
To the most correct selection. Oh, you know what? Actually, that's pretty good.
Yeah, we had our video was kind of a combined effort, but we both initially had our own teams. We just didn't like put it on video. I think I was more correct, but like not by much.
No, I got like Stussy right,
Yeah, guy had Pitlick over
at Pitlick too.
Christian
I don't know how
Fisher.
many
Yeah, I
we
don't know.
had different that we got wrong. I know you were like adamant on in Tampa being a forward, which you were right about that one.
Mm,
Uh,
yeah,
hmm,
I don't know. I
yeah,
think I initially had Vince Dunn and you had Tarasenko and you talked me into it. So that's a big
yeah, I
one.
talked you into it. Yeah, that's a big one too.
Yeah, I don't know. It was tight, but
Yeah, that's pretty good. We're both pretty like 20 of those same picks anyway, so it's hard
yeah,
to figure out what we
we had
had.
a lot of similar ideas.
Yeah.
The real who was more correct is going to be the extra draft on Friday. We'll see who had the better picks there because we did
Mhm.
two separate mock drafts, right? So
Yeah, don't forget to check that one out.
it was a three-parter this year instead of the 2-hour monstrosity that it was last year. So um, go check that out if you haven't already.
And we're thinking next year we get a few more prospect videos up. We can make the mock draft even shorter. Kind of just put like, links to guys and so don't have to talk about them as much.
Where
Cut a
did?
little bit of time out.
There it is. I lost the scene I was using before.
Oh,
There it is. Yeah, that's it. That's it for expansion draft. We'll
all right.
see. We'll see in the next couple hours if any trades start coming through. Ron Francis has a roster now to play with, so we'll see if any of these guys get flipped. If there were side deals, all of a sudden Tampa announces that they've sent a couple of more guys for taking, for not taking a certain player or whatever they did. Yeah, we'll see
Mm-hmm.
how it goes. If anything crazy happens, you'll see us probably make a video on it. If not, we'll see everyone on Wednesday or on Friday.
Friday.
On Friday for the NHL Entry Draft. Streaming here, 8 p.m. on this channel. Come hang out with us. It's going to be chill.
Mm-hmm.
For those who were here and hung out with us tonight, thank you so much. So special thank you to Anthony Mazzano and Upsano01.
Upsen 01, yeah.
Upsano01 for being so active in the chat. That's pretty dope of you guys. We appreciate that.
It was nice to see Delta dropping in at the end, and of course our boy Bobby Big Wheels, Zach Monahan. Thank you so much for saying hi.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it for us. Until next time, everybody. Peace.
Stay dope.